Hey fellas, it's Lagoon, and oh my god, that direct was insane. A lot of it was just kind of boring filler because just like third parties and things like that. Decent looking games and all that, but nothing to get too excited about. But the big boy announcements, oh my god, go see the two reactions I put up on my channel earlier. It is wild. But among all of these announcements, we got something a bit strange, and that's this announcement of a virtual game card system on Nintendo Switch. Basically, what this seems to be is a way to lend digital games to your friends, and that sounds really cool. Some other things have systems like this, like Steam has family sharing and all that, but they've recently been cracking down on it. They're kind of going the way of Netflix, where, like, they're just cracking down on if you buy a product, you can't share it because they want more people to buy the same product, like more copies of the same product or more of the same subscription service. It's really annoying. But in contrast to that, Nintendo's doing something new. So what we have here, and this is going off things from the trailer and from the website, which I'll show later, we have our digital games, and we can convert them to virtual game cards. And what those game cards can do is that we can swap them from system to system. So as we can see here, if these two are connected to the same Nintendo account, like it says so on the website here, if they are connected to the same Nintendo account, then you can move games just like boop, 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 boop between the two systems, and that sounds really, really convenient. It also would be a way to like maybe have a second Animal Crossing island if you only have the digital copy and you just want to borp it over to the other Switch. Because I have two Switches. I have an original, or like close to like the red box model, and then an OLED. The main one's my OLED, but I use the regular one for other things. But being able to do this and just flip the games back and forth, create new save files, play on different profiles and whatnot, that's super, super intriguing. I'm pretty sure there was a way to send save data from one system to another back and forth, but it was like a pain. And this looks like it's going to be way, way, way more streamlined. As you can see here, we just have the two systems. This is assuming that like both of these are your systems, and we can just pop over. I have Clubhouse Games downloaded on this one, pop it over to this one if I want to play on my other Switch. Maybe if you have a Switch and a Switch Lite and you want to switch between the two, that would be good. You can just pop them all around, and that sounds so convenient, like I've been saying. But the better part is a bit further along. This. You can give games to people in your Nintendo account family. So, I'm not sure if this is the same thing as like a family plan on the Switch. Just connect your family group members to the local wireless. I think you have to like group your things together, which is probably not too hard. But if you have your accounts grouped together in a family, you can take a digital game and just like lend it to your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad, your dog, any of that. What this means is that, like, say I have Mario Wonder downloaded on my Switch, and my cousin, if he wanted to play Mario Wonder, I could just, like, and we're on the same account thing, I could just go and pop it over to his system. And that's super, super convenient. Because, like, game lending is one of the big, like, talking points when it comes to physical v digital. Like, with a physical game, if a buddy wants to try that, I can just give him the disc or give him the cartridge, anything like that. But with a digital game, it's more messy. I mean, like, you can do it, but the way that this is going, like, you can just, like, say if it has to be local, I'm pretty sure, but, like, I could just go up to my friend who has a Switch and be like, hey, I have Pikmin 4, like it shows here, I have Pikmin 4, I can just pop that over to you if you want to borrow it. And the best part is, like, the big thing with, like, letting people borrow stuff, I'm an OCD brain, but, like, literally, what if they break it or lose it? That's not me saying anything about my family, I'm just saying stuff happens. things break, things get lost, things get dirty. With digital files, they can't break that, and if they manage to, that's really impressive, but like, with this, you don't even have to worry about that, because you just pop it over, and as the video states, you have 14 days, 2 weeks, to play that game on your system that you've been basically, like, lended, and then it just pops back to the original system. And one thing to note is that, if you do this on, like, the host system that's giving away the game, I don't think the game will be available anymore to play on that system, but that makes sense because they don't want you to just be able to make, like, infinite dupes of games to just give around, because that could, like, you could have a friend circle where you're just infinitely cycling games, and then that's, like, so much money lost. Even though that would be cool, I can definitely understand why they wouldn't want to do that, but, with this way, you can give one game at a time to a person, so, like, this person got Splatoon, this one got Mario Wonder, this one got Pikmin 4. And, like, I can give Pikmin 4 to this person, but not this person. If that makes sense. Like, I can only give one copy of the game out to one person at a time, though I can give multiple games out as long as they're different games at the same time. Which is very well demonstrated here and here by this graph. I expected that to make it bigger, but you see that one game at a time can go to each person and all that. And after 14 days, it's just automatically sent back to your original system. So there's no need to even, like, reconnect with the person that got the game. If 2 weeks pass, then bloop, they can just have the game back. And this is such an out of nowhere change, but a very, very welcome one, because, like, that's so consumer friendly. This is Nintendo we're talking about. They never do things that are consumer friendly. Like, say I have Donkey Kong Country Returns HD or whatever on my system, and I, like, beat the game, I don't want to play it anymore, but, like, or, like, at least I wouldn't mind not having it on my system for 2 weeks. If some friend of mine that's on a family plan or a family member or something wants it, I could just pop it over to them. Granted, I'm pretty sure it does have to be local communication, which means that, like, I can't send this to, like, a friend, like, across the country. I have to, like, go to their house. And that's another thing where, like, yeah, that could be totally better, but I also understand why they wouldn't want to do that. Like, if I could just send games to everyone, they could just play the game, they're done with it, and then, like, whatever. In this case, you have to keep checking in, like, every 2 weeks, you can just, like, check in with each other if they want to get the game back. I can completely understand why it's like that. Would I prefer it to be another way? Prefer it to be the other way where I could just, like, give them over the internet? Sure, but, like, I'm gonna take what I can get here. I can pop over to, like, my cousin's house and be like, here, borrow this game. And that's the best part, because, like, you know, games are expensive, and not all of us are going to have the money to buy the same game, even if it's like a single-player game. Like, we won't all be able to experience that. But this way, I can just go over to a family member's house, pop them over the digital game, and then they're fine. Like, they have the game for 2 weeks, and they don't have to reconnect. It mentions somewhere in here that they only have to connect once for the initial switchover, and then they just have the game, and they can play through a single-player game in that time. And if it's not in that time, then I can just give it to them again, and they can have it for another 2 weeks. It's such an interesting and Nintendo way to do it that it's just so cool. It's just such a nice thing to have on the system. Now, when the actual system comes out, it could be clunky, it could have some weird stipulations, but as we're seeing it right now, it looks like a great consumer-friendly system to share digital games with your friends, just like you would if you had physical cartridges. And that's what this whole thing is trying to do. It's trying to make digital games like physical games. Like, in the same way that I can give a physical cartridge of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe to a friend, I can just give them a digital file. And this is not only just going to make, like, system-to-system communication easier, like data transfer easier, between, like, systems that you already own. It's just gonna make it so that more people can experience more games. And I think that's a good thing regardless of how iffy it might turn out to be. I am really looking forward to trying this out with my cousins, swapping around digital games, and trying out games that I haven't paid for and vice versa. And it's just going to be really cool. I can't wait to try it out. It's supposed to be coming, I think, April 2025. Yes, it's going to be late April 2025, so late next month at the time of recording this. So, we'll just have to wait and see how it works. What do you guys think about this? Are you excited to use it? Does it seem like it's applicable to the way you currently play games? Let me know in the comments. Please like and subscribe, go check out my other videos, and I'll see you next time. Peace!